So yeah, most of the figures I got are mostly Sonic Prime, while some are just miscellaneous, such as Sonic the Hedgehog and some other stuff. But I only ordered 2 Yoshis and some extras. Alright, so yeah, I haven't been doing unboxing videos for a while with these figures ever since I was busy on other things across around some situations, of course. But today I'm just simply gonna unbox and just showcase every of the figures that I got from different stores across the area. Yeah, of course I didn't have enough space for all of them because they were way too big to get into one frame at the same time, so I had to use some type of wide angle lens such as my iPhone or my iPad Pro. Alright, so yeah, some of them that are figures is basically I just unboxed them out earlier ago. Yeah, but from a while back as well. So yeah, some figures I tried my best to lay them out as well, some of them don't bounce pretty much. Also, if you have not checked out one of my previous unboxing videos, which is the the Angel's Voyage, check it out. It's in the video shown on the link below. Hardly anyone can see what's inside here, but yes, these are the figures that I already have. So yeah, if I check it out, yeah, I store them in a safe spot to this day. But anyways, let's just get to the unboxing and just do a review of everything. Alright, let's just start off with the Prime figures, just the first wave of these big figures for Sonic Prime. So wave 1 is basically what I got. It's basically the New York Sonic, Mr. Dr. Eggman, and we got 9. And lastly, we even got the this Thorn Rose. Yeah, just Thorn Rose. So I had to take multiple takes for this action. So of course, let's look up Sonic himself. So yeah, this is his first design of the New York version. So he has the New York shoes right there. He got some regulators, including his hands too. Just the hands are just rather a bit normal, but they're mostly a New York design. And his head just turns around like, oh, what in the world is he looking around? And to balance him out, he's quite difficult to balance out, but if you get the right pose, then he should be able to balance out perfectly. If not, then, or in the wrong setting, he'll just trip like that. But of course, this is basically the New York Sonic himself from the Wave 1 series. Alright, let's just set him aside as the first one to be done. Next one is this Mr. Dr. Eggman. Right there. So yeah, this is him. Basically almost like the 20th century of his outfit of Dr. Eggman with goggles and stuff. And yes, that's basically you can adjust his hair to be sideways, which I find it a little odd. And his body is pretty massive here, and his arms are more functional. You can twist hands too, design everything. And the legs just, yeah, can be adjusted too. The knees are a little difficult to get into position too. However, you can also move the ankle of his boots too. So, of course. Now, for bouncing, he's much more difficult to balance out. And yeah, he just trips out like that as well. But if you get him to the right pose, like any type of pose. So, of course, yes, this is just basically his design and posture for the Wave 1 Sonic Prime figures. Now, let's just set this aside for now. Alright, the next step is one of my favorites, is Tails 9. So his design is basically almost like a little dark in my opinion with him, but of course he has his face, yeah, that face already, sharp ears, and the 7 mechanical tails and his organic tails, yeah, but apparently they're fused together, of course. But it can just be turned around like this. And the mechanical tails, I guess there's not that much design to it, but at least this is the closest that they can offer so far. But yeah, 7 mechanical tails. They're pretty adjustable. Now, just one thing that tricks me is that this joint right there is just basically a little loose. So anything that you move around too much, it will just detach itself for no legitimate reason. Although this can be easily reattached to this part. Now, just everything else, the aesthetics, everything, well, not known of that definition though, but of course you can adjust the hands, arms, shoulders, and even some legs and the ankle as well. So yeah, there's a lot of design to it, and yes, and unlike other figures, Tails is pretty much very easy to give a standing posture as much, or sometimes a little difficult to make him sit down in a way that I wanted. But of course, this is basically most of a 9 for that. Well, if I call Tails 9, oh, just call him 9, of course. Whoopsies. Alright, set aside here, and yeah, I believe I knocked out this Thorn Rose right there as well. Yeah, just Thorn Rose is very hard to bounce out due to the way she weighs, just by the head, and the Pico Hammer, but in the Boss Cage Maze hammer. It can be attached to her right arm, of course, and then she can have unique postures as well. But of course, this Thorn Rose is basically almost all the aesthetics, jungle designs, almost everything made out of jungle wood. Such a tradition as well. But of course, very hard to bounce out. Well, at least maybe removing the hammer can give her a little bounce. Oh yes, you can turn her head 360 like that. Getting her to pose is just not as easy. One thing that trips me as well is that you can twist her ankle, but you cannot adjust a little higher or lower angles of her ankles. So, of course, and this is a little hard to modify the figures as well. But of course, yeah, this is just basically Thorn Rose and hammer as well. Just look at this hammer. Okay, I'm just playing around here and just gonna give her the hammer back and move on to the next wave. Alright, so next wave, I'm just gonna bring this Boss Cage Sonic, the Shadow the Hedgehog right there. This one is Rusty Rose and Gnarly Knuckles. Alright, let's step aside here. Take this Boss Cage Maze and yeah, Boss Cage Maze Sonic. Just basically his design as usual, except for his gloves that changes into almost like sharp blades or claws for Sonic. And his aesthetics is basically more of a jungle design, but more technological stuff. Regulars are the same as always, and yes, you can give them a posture. Just not as much different as the one from the New York City as well. So of course, yes, Sonic is basically more the same as always. Just you can twist his head like 360 as well, or any other joints too. So of course, this is the Boss Cage Maze Sonic, of course. Now let's set this aside here. Introducing the ultimate life form, which is Shadow. So yeah, Shadow is basically a little bit more detailed compared to other previous figures, with some few edge tips or anything a little rougher than usual. But here it is, Shadow the Hedgehog. You can change his head, arms, hands, more hands, and the legs too, and yeah. So yeah, shoes design is pretty much great, in my opinion. His back is basically more detailed, and yes, and the head too. But of course, this is basically Shadow the Hedgehog himself, just himself. No other versions appear for him. Alright, put this aside here. Here's Gnarly Knuckles, if I pronounce it right. Yeah, see, he's just a little hard to bounce out due to his head being weighted a little heavier. of course. So yeah, the head is just basically way too big, and yeah, he's a little hard to balance. So yeah, Ganari is basically most of a jungle types filled with leaves around him, shoes, and his gloves is just basically more like a given a jungle brass knuckles, I guess. Okay, enough of the jokes here. But of course, his design is basically almost like the ones I've seen from Sonic Adventure or the Echidnas. Well, his details is a lot more traditional, if I remember, but not as much. And his face is basically more like a jungle type design. And look at his necklace so far. It's basically more like a jungle tradition as well. So yeah, of course, I don't have anything else to say here aside from Gnarly Knuckles being hard to balance, and you could give him a little, somewhat of a punching pose. It doesn't seem to fight a lot, but I guess this is how it is. Alright, set this aside for Gnarly Knuckles. Alright, so we got this New York counterpart for Amy Rose, which her name is Rusty Rose. So yeah, Rusty Rose, just a little hard to balance. It's basically much more detailed since parts of her mechanical limbs are very rusty as well. If you could guys see that. Everything else, you could adjust her pose like this, and you could adjust the hands. Well, it's a little hard to twist out of it, and some of the arms. And her head is basically more robotic size as well, just a lot more robotic stuff. So yeah, got the eyes right there, and the regular eyes, and her hair is basically like 4 pointers, and most of that is just basically all the figures of the Rusty Rose stuff. So yeah, that's basically it to Rusty Rose. Well, just a little hard to balance out. Alright, let's just set her aside. So far, I showcased some of the unboxed stuff here, but I'll try to get every of them unboxed. Alright, so yeah, here's this capsule right there. It's basically a Paradox Prism itself, but just a capsule. So let's see if I can unbox this mystery capsule that I bought from Walmart. Yes, this is Walmart exclusive. Yes, this is just Walmart exclusive for those capsules so far. And it contains a mystery figure. So let's see if I can unbox. Well, not sure how to unbox. Oh, cycling it. Oh, let's see. Okay, so after my unboxing video, I somehow happened to get the Rusty Rose figure and this, okay, that's basically a Wish.com Paradox, whatever it's called. Okay, so this one looks more like a red prism shard that you could get from New York City, but it's basically almost like a Wish.com version of a Paradox Prism. Well, yeah, that's the closest design, just not interested. But here's this Rusty Rose. It looks almost like a Wish.com, but it's basically almost less detailed compared to the one that I got from that figure too. But of course, yeah, it's just a mystery figure. I only bought this just for style. Oh, and by the way, it does come with a collectible pamphlet as well. But they have oddly unique poses too, such as 8 to collect. This one is just basically what they have so far. Yeah. Now let's just see her inside this Paradox Prism, just to be completely secure, and then just use it as just a cosmetic display, of course. Maybe I shouldn't use this one for now, but of course, that's basically it. Set that Paradox Prism aside too. Now we get serious on other stuff as well. So let's do some of the Prime figures first. Alright, so here are the Wave 3 figures that I got. One of them is Black Rose. The second is the Grim, Sonic in the Grim. The third one is Chaos Sonic. And the fourth one is Dr. Deep. Okay, so yes, I got most of the figures from Target, but the Chaos Sonic was the hardest to find until I found it in GameStop. Anyways, let's get into that first. Let's just get Sonic out of the box here. So this is the Grim Sonic. I don't have a razor blade or a box cutter to open everything, so I'll just have to open it a traditional way. So yeah, it's not going to be that easy for me to unbox. Alright, so the Grim Sonic is almost out of the package here, but let me just push him out just to make sure that he gets fully released. Alright, so here's Sonic right there. So unlike other Sonic variation types, this figure has Sonic actually smiling in the Grim. But of course, his details, such as his shoes and the gloves, are a lot different. So his shoes are more like a purple shard, of course. Well, just not a purple shard, just some type of like a cosmetic detail to it. And his gloves are just almost similar to how his shoes went. But here are the regulators that he has. His back remains unchanged. Well, this section right there is a little dirty, and everything else, he's rough like other Sonic figures. Well, I guess I can't explain it as much here, but yeah, he's pretty much fairly easy to balance as well, much like other figures. Just not as easy to balance anything if it's in an incompatible pose. But of course, this is Grim Sonic. Now let's set him aside. Alright, so here's Black Rose right there. I guess some Amy fans are just trying to find Black Rose due to her facial expression and the way she expresses. But of course, this is how to unbox. Again, I don't have a box cutter for this, so more traditional opening style. Alright, let's just get her out of this foam or plastic. That was easy. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Alright, so here is Black Rose so far. So, Black Rose from No Place. So, she has her head bandana, her ears exposed a bit, her hair as well. And her facial expression is basically one of my favorites so far out of every Amy Rose variations across different places. So, yeah, aside from that, she has her cosmetic looks such as the pirate stuff. The legs or the boots can be adjusted as well. You can adjust the ankles of her. The hands with the rings, of course. The legs, well, almost everything. Arms too. So yeah. And her head is a little tight as well for Black Rose. So of course, yeah, again, posture is just basically a lot to work on, just a little hard to bounce off. But of course, I love her design, and including everything she has, and that's basically it to her. Alright, let's set her aside for now. Okay, for whatever reason, my vlogging camera is a little hot here, so I had to temporarily take a break from filming as much during the time. But to add in the extras, apparently I somehow have all the Amy figures, well, the variations. So yeah, here are the best friends so far, like sisters. So yeah, we got this Rusty Rose, Black Rose, and Thorn Rose, all three together. So yeah, sisters forever. Oh yeah, so while Sonic could almost have been closer, apparently I don't have the No Place figure for Sonic just yet because it hasn't been released at any given point of time. So, of course, I have all three Sonic stuff here with the Grim, the New York City, and the Boss Cage Maze so far. So yeah, all three Sonics. Well, the fourth one is still WIP. Alright, so yeah, let's bring another figure called Dr. Deep. Alright, honestly, yes, this is Dr. Deep, but I'm thinking he's more like a personal instructor of yoga and other Japanese stuff. So yeah, he's very cultural, unlike other Dr. Eggman variations. So yeah, here's a second Dr. Eggman variation that I got. Again, my camera's overheating right now, so I'll just do a quick super unboxing for this figure. So yeah, let me dig him out. I didn't go too well because I just ripped the whole border out of it, take him out for this foam, and then throw that container away because I don't usually carry boxes a lot. Now let's just get him out of here. Second time being easiest to unbox. Alright, so apparently Dr. Deep is just very difficult to balance him. But his legs are just thin, his arms are also thin, and yes, his body weight is just a little heavy, yeah. But of course, yeah, it's just not the easiest to get him to stand. Yeah, he just trips like that. But of course, here's Dr. Deep. So yeah, his legs are thin, the nice jeans, the nice shoes as well. Very much more of a cosmetic design. I love his tattoo as well. It's very hard to see if you guys could get a close look of it. But yeah, this is his tattoo. Oh, and this additional feature is just a bracelet, only on his left hand. The rest for his right hand is just pretty standard. The back is, and the front, almost like a vest right there. His face is just pretty much the most awesome thing I ever seen. And yes, yeah, he's very hard to adjust his head as well, but I'm just trying not to push it too far. So yeah, I love this designs for Dr. Deep as well. So yeah, I guess I can play around or just put it as a collection for myself. So yeah, let's set him aside. Alright, so yeah, this figure took me forever to find without using the Amazon. So I found this at GameStop, unlike other 3 figures for this current wave. So yeah, this is just Chaos Sonic himself, basically almost like a version of Metal Sonic. Well, but only in New York City. So yeah, Chaos Sonic didn't appear as much, well, just only on some of the episodes in Season 2. So yeah, let's just get into that if you have not watched it, so won't get into that. So yeah, opening up this Chaos Sonic right now. I must say, yeah, this destroyed some plastic when I tried to unbox this figure, but let's just discard this plastic so far, so yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out. Alright, get Chaos Sonic out here, of course. Alright, so yeah, this entire body is almost like a Metal Sonic here, except for the face, of course. But yeah, so here is Chaos Sonic right there with the front lens, this entire head, of course. He always likes to joke around with Sonic a lot here, but anyways, this is just his arms right there, the legs as well. Almost like a design of a Metal Sonic, of course. And unfortunately, you cannot turn this waist around right there, but you can turn his head too. Well, the rest of the arms and hands, everything, yeah, you can posturize everything. And the backside looks pretty much what I've never seen before, but of course, this is just basically this Chaos Sonic so far. A resemblance of a Metal Sonic, of course. Alright, let's just put him aside here. So I guess this wave is finished so far. Alright, so these next wave of Sonic Prime figures, yes, the New York City is actually the ones that has been re-released for this current wave. Don't believe me? Here is the back side for each of this wave. So yes, this one is just re-released of New York Sonic, which apparently is what I already have so far. Which is him. Well, I guess that is pretty much almost a good posture holding this figure so far. Besides that, let's just unbox this Nux. Unfortunately, I cannot pronounce his full name for Nux, but I'll just simply call him Nux so far. So yeah, let's just unbox everything. Alright, so here's Nux right there, of course. So let's just get him out of here. Yeah, this is a little hard to unbox him, but I somehow smashed my camera into that. Just slight, not as much. But here is Nux from New York City. So yeah, basically almost like a rebel design as well. Just civilian style, but more like rebels. Well, his real name is just Nux. Okay, so of course, almost like a military gear with him. So yeah, he has this the three pointing knuckles that he has, unlike the original knuckles, which he has like two spikes. So yeah, almost like a brass knuckles style. His equipment, everything, his shoe design, yeah, almost like the closest counterpart for the mainline knuckles right there. His head also does not turn as much here, but you can posturize him as much as he wants. And yeah, he's easy to balance off as well. So yeah, knuckles, the gloves, very normal, most of them, and just the shoes too. So yeah, the shoes. And that's basically everything about Nux. Let's give him a set side. Okay, Baton Rouge. No, not the city, if you're referring to the city, of course. But this is Baton Rouge, just Rouge. This figure is the second one that comes out with an item. The first being Thorn Rose with her Pico hammer. And anyways, let's just get that prop out of here first. The sword and herself. Okay, I don't understand why there is a strap to secure Baton Rouge, but the razor blade does the job. Perfect. Alright, not that long to unbox here, but of course this is Baton Rouge. She has her pirate style design. Her eyelids is basically the versions from Sonic Heroes 2. And her cosmetic items, such as her gloves and her shoes, are mostly pirate stuff. So yeah, she's a lot more fancier in her pirate age. And this is her wings so far. Very adjustable wings. And the sword for that can be equipped either on her right side or her left side. So yeah, well, this can be a little hard to attach a sword. Well, at least this does work out. So yeah, this is her sword with Baton Rouge. So yeah, even though there was a figure that came out with one of the boxes, much like these. But of course, that's basically it to Baton Rouge. Yeah, well, as much. So of course, let's set her aside. Okay, so this trooper only appears in the season 3 here. So yeah, it's basically the version that 9 created, of course. But yeah, it's basically an upgraded version of the Chaos Sonic. So let's just unbox this robot. I see. So you decide to use these straps to prevent you from being escaped out of the box. Of course, let's use a weapon. Use a razor blade. There. Okay, so yes, here is the Grim Sonic right there. Yeah, they call it the Grim Trooper Sonic, of course. But compared to Chaos Sonic, this Grim Trooper is a little taller than the Chaos Sonic. It's basically much more armored compared to the Chaos Sonic, and everything else, the body is a lot different, and the facial expression as well. Oh yeah, the back side compared to the Chaos Sonic is similar, but it's basically more different, and the ears are just a little bigger compared to Chaos Sonic. So yeah, back side is just basically the same, well, except for the between right there, just some little sharps to it. The shoes are way bigger than Chaos Sonic as well. So yeah, just comparing some of the difference, of course, to this figure, of course. So yeah, basically about this Grim Sonic right there, he has almost more armor and more cosmetic designs. The hands are a little different as well. Open hands and closed hands, of course. So yeah, so this Grim Sonic is basically more much like a heavier version when someone's in the Grim. So yeah, stolen design out of the original Chaos Sonic, which doesn't exist. Now let's set him aside here. Alright, so yeah, the next figures of Sonic Prime. Yes, I recently did find this at Walmart, which is the Boss Cage Maze set, of course. So yeah, here is the box itself that comes with Mangy Tails. This one is the Boss Cage Maze version of Sonic, and Gnarly Knuckles, which is basically a smaller version compared to what I have from that big Wave 2 figure set. But anyways, let's just get this unboxed with my trusty razor blade to unbox all the stuff. So yeah, get that package out. And here they are. So yeah. Alright, so here is the green prism shard, which is the Boss Cage Maze prism shard. But of course, it can be attached with another prism shard if there's one that already exists. Except this is a little hard to try to puzzle piece everything as much. Unfortunately, I don't have the red shard yet because I had to buy it from a online retail or any other place that I can get a pre-pickup of it. Besides that, yes, I'll have to find a proper attachment to the green and blue shards, and I would need the red shard for this. So yeah, it's just not easy to try to combine everything at once, so it's basically much to it. So that's basically all. Yeah, apologize for not focusing with my camera too much here, but I'll hide these green shards in a safe spot. But anyways, let's just get into getting these boys out. Alright, so aside from unboxing the 3 boys, which was easier, this stuff was the hardest to get this thing out of the box so far. But of course, let's go into this first figure. Okay, so here is Mangy Tails, basically the wild version out of every Boss Cage Maze character. So yeah, his design is less cosmetic here, but at least there's some more detail added into this Boss Cage Maze Tails, aka Mangy. So yeah, he has the face as well, the eyes, and his mouth, the ears too. His hair is a lot different, the tail remains the same. Every body parts is just basically out of a jungle stuff here, such as the shoes, the belt, and even the gloves as well. So yeah, this is just a small version of Mangy Tails here. Hopefully they may release it as a big figure like the rest of the crew here as well. So yeah, that's all to that. Now let's just set Mangy Tails aside. Alright, second one. So this is just Gnarly Knuckles again, but it's basically almost less detailed compared to this big figure as well. But of course, yeah, just nothing as much here except that his facial expression is completely different from what I've seen before. The gloves, yeah, are a lot different as well, just some hands. And the shoes remains unchanged as much. Well, except for the bottom side here, compared to this shoe on the bottom as well. So yeah, just not as much detail with this figure. So yeah. So I guess that's basically it for Gnarly Knuckles, the smaller version of himself. Let's set him aside. Lastly, this is the Boss Cage Maze Sonic himself. So yeah, I guess they put in a lot more detail compared to other characters. So yeah, well, just not as much here. Just the leaf shoes, the leaf gloves. Well, they're not realistic leaves. They use regulators to regulate his powers too. So yeah, this is Sonic himself. So yeah, his expression is just basically happy and normal expression. But of course, that's basically it to it. So here, let's move aside here. Alright, lastly, this is his stump right there. So just not as much detail with this stump. Well, there's a hollow structure at the very bottom right there, and the rest is just basically roots. But you can use this prism shard and attach it like this. Well, in any other method, no matter the placement. So yeah, it can be placed like this or anything else in general. So yeah, maybe this works with with anything here. But still, this is useful for like a puzzle piece. But if there's a full prism shard right there, then I guess this stump is completely useless. But I'll keep this attached to it, while for the blue one right there, I'm just gonna keep it into the ship. So yeah, combining these into everything. So yeah, of course, I'm basically done with every Sonic Prime figure. Now we move on to those main lines, of course. Well, I didn't collect them in the series so far, but here are some of the Sonic figures that I gotten. So yeah, I cannot get a full frame out of it because there's not enough space for my camera to capture everything. Alright, besides that, let's just go into some unboxing. So yeah, let's take out Sonics. Well, 2 Sonics. So yeah, horrible pronunciation of what I said before, but of course, this is Sonic himself. This expression is basically more aggressive. Wait, what happened to his skin though? His skin is a lot different. Well, in my end, of course, but everyone can see the skin difference. It's basically his face having a little anger expression, of course. Yeah, literally a joke here, just making him scream like hell. But anyways, yeah, I've seen this figure enough compared to what I have from previous vlogs. But overall, his entire design remains unchanged so far. Just a little posture and a facial expression is what is different. Alright, so let's put him into this impound. Alright, so extra item is basically just the ring bonus where you can get from blowing up these balloons by landing on them, and then you get enough rings. So yeah, cosmetic design here, of course, but this is basically what I love about this container. So yeah, that's the container itself here. Just grab extra rings when needed. Set this aside here, and then unbox this skateboard Sonic as well. So yeah, let's get him out of this damn box. Again, just nothing as much going around with Sonic himself here. Just the face is just different here. But he just smiles like usual. But you can attach the skateboard onto it, which is a little difficult to attach. Let me get him in. Yeah, doesn't bounce pretty well, but if he tilts a bit, then he will bounce. So yeah, skateboard, and skateboard. So yeah, Sonic riding a skateboard for himself. So yeah, let's take him out. Okay, 3 more figures left. Let's get Knuckles himself. So yeah, here's Knuckles, the package itself. So get him out. You really gotta do this to me. There are some straps preventing him from escaping. So let me see if I can give it a try. Okay, Knuckles. This one I haven't gotten for a while, of course. But anyways, so here's Knuckles. So yeah, the gloves, the shoes are there, the Lego shoes, of course, whatever people call it. And the backside is basically more of a detail to it. Head cannot be twisted, unfortunately. Well, you can adjust the arms for that. So yeah, basically more of an excited version of Knuckles. He's ready to fight and all that, of course. So yeah, so that's Knuckles for himself as well. So yeah, excited. Yay! Extra item acquired. So the yellow spring, yeah. Pretty detailed so far. You could use this yellow spring out of anything, like attached to a stage. Use yellow springs and then boing, yeah. There, that's all. Alright, okay, next one. Shadow. Okay, so these rings right there is just a little messy here, but of course, if we just get these rings out of here. didn't realize I shot the ring all the way into this unboxed container right there. So yeah, they shoot up pretty easy if you don't take care of them quickly. Well, I had to figure out how to balance him out like this. Let's just review Shadow himself. That's a figure of Shadow the Hedgehog right there. He has his gloves, the limiters, or the inhibitor rings. It's what it's actually called. And the air shoes too. So yeah, some details to him. He's got some black stripes with him, and his quills are just pointed straight up a bit as well. So yeah. This is Shadow the Hedgehog right there with all that design. His face is somewhat happy, neutral. Well, just a bit, of course. But overall, that's basically all to his design so far. So that's basically it. Now let's just set him aside. Alright, so yeah, extra items so far. It's just the 3 rings. Well, there's holes in it just to attach a stage or something. Well, for props, of course. So yeah, I don't have a stage for those characters at the moment. Of course, these are just the rings. Well, it does fit through, yeah, like that. A small pinky, but just don't fit it all the way or you're gonna get it stuck forever. So yeah, so all those rings, where you can collect them. If you take damage, you drop everything. Okay, so yeah, these rings are easy lost here, so I would recommend putting it in somewhere safe. Alright, Metal Sonic. Yeah, that's the last item to unbox here. I haven't done unboxing videos for a while, so let's get him out of the box. Not bad, of course, so let's get this extra prop item out of here. Get Metal Sonic out. Okay, thanks Jax for breaking his hand off, but I'll fix it. Okay, so yeah, somehow I broke off his hand, but I can just simply attach it back. So yeah, doesn't break at all. I'm glad I didn't waste a bunch of money out of a broken figure like this. Alright, so here is Metal Sonic as of now. So this is basically what he has. You can adjust the hands, the other hand. The whole body is full of mechanical stuff here. Well, feels plastic though in real life. And you can adjust his knees, the legs, and his head too. So yeah, Metal Sonic, antagonist that first kidnapped Amy Rose, of course. So yeah, the backside has some sort of like a detail to it too. Well, some of it, of course. The shoes almost resemble like Sonic's as well, but more robotic as much. So yeah, this is Metal Sonic. And this is Metal Sonic's favorite item. It's just the Eggman bounce pad, to where this egg bouncer just launches you backwards, and then with an evil laugh like that. This basically feels more like a button to me. So yeah, it's like detonating an Eggman button. Yeah, I'm just kidding, of course. Yeah, it just bounces you somewhere else. Now, let's just set these aside here, because there's still some more figures to unbox. Okay, wrap this up here. Here is Super Mario Bros. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I do have some extras here, but the only favorite character out of all the Mario series is just Yoshi. So I got these at a discounted price for this green Yoshi at Target. While the red Yoshi is just basically the one that I got from GameStop. Other than that, let's see if I can unbox those 2 Yoshis out. So yeah, get this green Yoshi first. Alright Yoshi, time to get you out of the box, rescue you. Alright, so yeah, this is just Yoshi himself, and also one of my first ever Mario figures that I had since. So, of course, this is basically the Yoshi himself with him smiling with his fists as well. Green body, big nose right there. The back of him, the saddle, the red saddle, of course. The shoes, too. So, yeah, this is basically a large dinosaur of Yoshi himself. But, yeah, I still love the details, including his eyes, of all. Yeah, I don't have that much to say about these figures since I'm doing a quick unboxing for this vlog, of course. So yeah, he can balance, but it's a little tricky for him to get him to balance. Well, like that. And to the added accessory, this is Yoshi's egg. It's a green Yoshi egg, of course, to where, so yeah, basically feels like a more of a ping pong ball here, but I don't recommend dropping it, so the egg has some spots to it too. But first, we can't get into concluding this Yoshi without first unboxing this red Yoshi. Let's see how this fares. Well, that unboxing did worse here, but let's take him out. And then get the egg out first. And Yoshi. Alright, Yoshi now has a new friend, the red Yoshi. So yeah, basically the facial expression is completely similar. Well, except for the eyes, of course, yeah, which is hard to reflect out of. But the body remains the same here. The backside, the red saddle, is also the same as the green Yoshi right there. But the shoes are different too, just to give it a counterpart color as well. And the bottom is just pretty much good. Okay, so I just realized that the shoes on the bottom make no sense here. The green Yoshi has adjustable feet here, but the red Yoshi doesn't have it. So why is it different so far? Well, yeah, it's still odd that I get a chance to see this unadjustable boots for Yoshi, but of course, yeah, everything else, the facial expression, everything is the same here. So yeah. Oh, I realized another difference with the red Yoshi. No adjustable hands or the wrists, while the green Yoshi has the adjustable hands and wrists. Well, I guess there is one indifference so far. So yeah, it's basically a downgraded version of the original green Yoshi that I have. So yeah, the red Yoshi has less joints than the green Yoshi. To conclude, well, aside from that, here is the red egg Yoshi so far. So yeah, just similar to the green Yoshi egg, of course. Yeah, now I got like 2 eggs so far, all of them ping pongs. Alright, now we can set aside here. Alright, so of course that's basically all to this unboxing. Well, it's just a quick unboxing so far to this day. Yeah, this took me a long time to prepare, but not easy for me to review everything in great detail, of course. But I gave it a little quick detail for each figure that I unboxed so far. So yeah, that's basically it to it. Alright, so after opening every single action figures, of course, yeah, even that extra item that I gotten. So yeah, it's basically all to it. Yeah, I unboxed almost every Sonic Prime figures, including ones I showcase or I've already unboxed from the past before. But of course, that's basically it. There will be more figures coming out pretty soon here. Yeah, thank you Jax for giving me almost every figures and then buying them all at the exact same time as well. So of course, that's basically it to almost all the Sonic unboxing figures, including some of the Mario stuff here, but I only bought some Yoshis. If you do enjoy one of my contents, please follow me on other social media platforms, my About page, and you could also subscribe to my channel for more future videos. This is VlogWithAvroTF, signing out. Alright, so yeah, for those that wonder why I have these 2 bandages, it's because apparently when I open a drawer to where I can get the razor blades, apparently the whole drawer just fell off and the razor blade did cut off some of my skin, of course, so I had to use some emergency procedures just to put a lot of medical attention to my finger, of course. So yeah, that's what I have so far. So yeah, I'm still recovering to this day and I'm doing alright. But it feels a little painful having a bandage and this pain after cutting myself by accident here. So yeah, it was just a heavy drawer that fell entirely when I went to the kitchen to grab one, and it took me forever to get all of it Unfortunately, I don't have the footage to it due to privacy reasons. But of course, thank you all for watching my video.